Hey everyone, it's Andrew. As always, I hope you're doing awesome wherever you are. One question that I get asked a lot is, how can I build bigger calf muscles? In this video, I'm going to show you what has worked for me. The calf muscle is often said to be one of the most genetically challenged muscles. In other words, a lot of people say that our genetics determine the size of our calf muscles. However, I've seen a lot of people with poor genetics build huge calf muscles. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that right now.
Here in this slow motion clip, I'm walking as normal. Notice the level of stimulation in my calves. There's not too much going on. You don't see my calves pop out. Standard walking doesn't stress or stimulate the calves that much. Here I'm jogging. My calves seem to pop out perhaps a little more, but still there's not a tremendous amount of stimulation to my calves. So a lot of people, they do a lot of walking and a lot of running, but still their calves might not grow, and that's because they're not stimulating them enough. Now, notice my calves in this clip where I'm walking on the balls and toes of my feet. Using this foot striking technique and range of motion, my calves are being stimulated a lot. The calf muscles are playing a big role in keeping my body weight and feet from touching the ground. So if you want to turn walking into a great calf exercise, you can flex and involve your calves more by purposely raising yourself up on your toes from time to time after your feet make contact with the ground. Or you can walk on your toes from time to time as I'm doing here. Before jumping rope, I will sometimes walk on the balls and toes of my feet for a minute or two as part of a warm-up. This is the basic standing calf raise from behind. I'll show you it from the front too, and I'll show you some variations very soon. Here I'm wearing shoes. As you'll soon see, you can do it without shoes as well. And in fact, many people argue that barefoot calf raises provide more stimulation. For the basic calf raise, stand with your feet approximately shoulder width apart, and using the balls of your feet and toes at a controlled speed, raise your heels and feet off the ground so that you are on your tiptoes. Hold and squeeze the calf muscles at the top of the movement for a second or two. Then lower your feet and heels back to the ground in a controlled motion. And repeat. When doing calf raises, try to keep your knees quite straight in order to minimize the involvement of other muscles and stimulate your calves more. Also, if necessary, for balance, you can rest your hands against a wall or sturdy objects. Some prefer doing it barefoot because they feel it allows them to raise themselves up higher and stimulate their calves more by getting a better contraction or calf squeeze at the top of the movement. If you want to place more focus and attention on your inner calves, try this. Move your heels outwards, as can be seen here. So if your inner calves are particularly small, you can try doing more calf raises with your heels turned outwards. If you want to place more focus on the outer part of your calves, try this. Point your toes outwards, as can be seen here. It's often said in fitness circles, when lifting and lowering a weight, if you use greater range of motion, the more completely the muscles will develop. Arnold believed this was very important when it came to building bigger calves. So to achieve a greater range of motion with calf raises, what he would do is, he would place a block or an object that was a few inches off the ground, under the toes and balls of his feet. And this allowed him to lower his heels farther than when performing calf raises on the ground. So I do this from time to time, and you can also experiment with this. And at the bottom of the movement, you can hold the stretch before raising yourself back up on your toes in a controlled fashion. Now you can also do this move barefoot. One thing to keep in mind with this move is that for many people it is a hard move to do in terms of balance, so you might need to hold on to something. Another standing calf raise variation is the single leg calf raise. Performing calf raises with one leg at a time means that one leg has to lift and lower your entire body weight. You can also try single leg calf raises using a block or object a few inches off the ground, although you'll probably need to hold on to something for balance. My favorite ways to train the calves, as well as one of Arnold's favorites, is to do partial reps, as can be seen in this clip. Basically, after raising yourself up on your toes, instead of lowering your heels back down to the ground, only lower your feet 1 inch or a few inches, and really focus on squeezing your calves at the top of the movement, and repeat this several times. You will quickly feel a burn in your calves. Another important thing to keep in mind when training your calves is stretching. While stretching your calves might not necessarily lead to big increases in calf size, it can help with recovery, and research has found that regularly stretching your calves can promote strength gains. And the good news is that stretching your calves is easy to do. As in this clip, you can see that I bring one foot slightly to the rear. Then what you have to do is bring your other foot forward and place the heel of that foot on the ground and point your toes to the sky. Trying to push your heel into the ground slightly tends to lead to a better stretch. Then hold the stretch for approximately 20 to 30 seconds. When training my calves, or when doing exercise that works the calves like jump rope, I will do this stretch during a workout and often before and after as well. I will often just do this stretch several times a week. Okay, so far I've talked about the calf exercises that I used to build my calf muscles and that I still use to maintain my calf muscles. In part 2 of this video, which is coming soon, I will talk about workout frequency and how many repetitions I do.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and I really hope that you found the information in this video helpful.